come to India as a context, Kashyap, how do you think India should and will respond to this? It's like I was talking to somebody who's building a social media platform in India, and the founder is telling me that, Dheeraj, in India, we build for 1 billion. But if you build for globally, like Meta does or like Google does, they build for 8 billion people. And therefore, their ability to monetize is much larger than when you build large-scale technology platforms just for India. So from that perspective, do you think in India we are better off working on the current models and frugal engineering, build layers on top of that, just use it? Or should India be investing in ground-up, large-scale LLMs? Is there a need? Is there a direction for India to go?
From an India point of view, AI is becoming I'm talking more about the country point of view, not like individual entrepreneurs. From a country point of view, each country needs to have its own sovereign LLMs. Because what you can generate, if you take all of these AI technologies, integrate them into our business processes, integrate them into our or say workflows, etc. It's very easy to turn it off.
Wow.
It's very easy to turn it off. And because we don't know really like what's going on with technology.
From a security perspective, saying
from a national interest point of view, it is important. Because even now, like if you look at who has the best AI translation models for Indian languages, that is not Indian companies.
Yeah.
So these actually should be like public, part of public digital commons, funded or subsidized by the government without other. And also if you look at, there are different angles to this. We can spend like the entire podcast on India's AI strategy. But there is one threat which we need to understand is that the IT services industry, where in Bangalore and the IT services industry is like $250 billion for us. The knowledge processing, the GCC, these are included.
Yes.
So a lot of these sectors probably are going to see an impact from the global operating models, the offshoring model, outsourcing models are going to sort of see a significant shift in the coming years.
Wow.
Because of the changing geopolitics as well, etc. So we also lost the opportunity.
Yeah.
So it's again a little bit of a nerdy digression. So Meta, there is a lot of antitrust regulation going on in the US, but because of they have bought a company called Scale AI for 49% stake, $14 billion. Let's say $25 to $30 billion valuation for Scale AI. Also an acqui-hire sort of a thing for the guy who leads that. So now that is India's core strength, synthetic data labeling, preparing data. So we already had all the skills, all the systems in place, but that industry hasn't come to India. It is doing outside of India. So there's an opportunity that is that. So any AI strategy that we talk about also has to be how do we protect these big industries that we have? How do we capitalize on the industries? Because in the next 5 years, AI systems are not going to build themselves. It is going to involve a lot of billable hours, output-based models, etc. So we need to sort of, the public sector, the private sector, enable from the skill mix, from the colleges, etc. So that we don't lose this crown jewel, which is our technology services industry.
Yes.
So sovereign AI strategy, what use cases at work? So I was doing a course, this is a passionate subject for me, so I'm going on for longer. So I was teaching for one state governments, fellows, the CM fellows as they call it, they were going and within different districts of that state and working with the local grassroots small business people and entrepreneurs. So how can they use AI to market their businesses better, to grow their businesses? So when we talked about at the beginning, democratization. So it is possible also to give that power, to teach them prompting, to teach the tools of how they can use.
Yes.
So they can actually reach wider audiences, grow their businesses.
For sure.
So there needs to be a different kind of a horses for courses strategy.
But we don't need our own sense, as you're saying, in our own strategy for AI. We can't just depend on other people to create it for us.
I will ask you a Trump question, sort of a question that will stump you.
Yes.
Okay. In your native language, for example, what is a neural network called?
I wouldn't know.
No, right? So we have to go to that level.
Yes.
And say create that standard corpus of scientific and technical terms. And then say, okay, we may not translate neural network, for example.
But at least theory must.
And so a lot of groundwork needs to be, it's doable. We can use AI and do it. It's definitely doable. So I also had this suggestion, which I think was mentioned in the Mint a few years ago. We need to have the Indian digital service. So India has a very strong public digital infrastructure because of the likes of Nilekani, because of the likes of Ram, Sevak Singh, etc.
UPI system is working.
So we need to have those kind of Nilekanis and Ram Sevak Singh, I think. Yep, I'm sorry if I'm getting his name wrong, but we need to take them to each of the districts. So we need to have the local versions of all of these public and private sector coming together to make this happen.
Interesting. Very interesting.